Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there everybody, how we doing? Hopefully we doing okay today. You know, I wasn't really going to speak on this whole Lebron, Kevin Gates had something to say. I wasn't going to speak on it, but it's irritating my soul that once I saw the clip that Kevin Gates was referring to, and then had a whole opinion about how that woman don't love that man, or don't respect him, or don't all of that. Once I saw the video, the original video, I was like, this is what we making a hoopla over? This the problem? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all already heard what Kevin Gates had to say. Put a 2 in the chat if you need me to find his clip so we can know what he's referring to. Because Kevin Gates is a weirdo to me. It is what it is. I don't got a whole lot of respect for what he's talking about. Okay, it's a lot of ones. Okay, so most people in here heard Kevin Gates' take on what he thought was going on between LeBron and his wife. And before, you know what? Let me just show y'all what he was talking about. She act like she didn't want to give LeBron their little customary handshake. Now, man, I don't watch basketball. I don't follow them. I don't know what him and Savannah do. Apparently, they have a little handshake that him and her do, I guess, before every game or whatever the case. So Kevin was like, oh, I don't like how she did want to shake his hand, and how, how she look at him and she wasn't looking at him right. And but this is the video that is being referred to. This, y'all. Just because everybody do. I purposely cut the sound off, mind you. Now, to me, that seemed like a married couple playing with each other. They was both cheesing at each other. Seemed like they was having a banter back and forth. There didn't seem to be any anger or, bad energy. They didn't seem to be kind of arguing. They didn't seem to be kind of at odds a little bit. And then she reluctantly gave him a little handshake. That seemed like two people playing with each other, had a little banter going back, because you can't hear what they're saying. Had a little banter going back and forth. Then she go ahead and give him the handshake. This is what the hoopla is about. This is the so-called hoopla. Then you got people online talking about, yeah, it did seem kind of like she did the. Then he talking about some, I like the way them white women looking at him instead of the way she look at him. The white women is looking at him like a lick. The white women is looking at him like a lick. And then he go on to talk about that's LeBron James. That's the, the accolades, and he one of the best basketball players, and da 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 da. That Savannah is not married to the LeBron James that y'all in love with. Y'all are in love with his accolades and whether or not he a GOAT status and how many rings he done won and how many yep. Sports fans that's fans of LeBron James, y'all love that. Y'all love that LeBron. She's not married to that LeBron. She's not married to that man. She's married to the LeBron that she met in high school. That's the LeBron she married to. She's not married to his championship rings. She's not married to what he do on that court. She not married to the relationships that he has made throughout his career, business, personal, and otherwise. That's not who she's married to. She's not married to his job. Because regardless of the amount of fame and money that he has received from his profession, that's his job. He's at work. So the man that's in that house with her is not the same man that's on that court with everybody else. That's not that same man. And she don't see him like that. Now, that's not to mean that she don't support him and don't feel a type of way about it, but that's not who she married to. The groupies in the stands that's looking at him like a piece of meat, that's what they thinking about. They thinking about the celebrity of LeBron James. That's what they thinking about. That's why they looking at him with stars in their eyes like that. And they only looking at him with stars in their eyes until they get used to him. And then they gonna start that foolishness with him too. They gonna have stars in their eyes for a little while. All they want is some sex and a couple of dollars. Take them somewhere, cheat on Savannah with them. They cool then. Let them be around them too long. And see, don't they start talking about, LeBron, oh my God, Bronny. Oh God, what? I'm not doing that. Don't call me. She gonna start that foolishness with him. Soon as she get comfortable, she gonna lose all of that. Oh my God, this LeBron James. That ain't gonna mean nothing to her in like 2 weeks. In like 2 weeks of being around him, it ain't gonna mean nothing to her. She gonna talk to him like the hyena she is. And she gonna talk to him like he any a scrub on the street that's paying her to be around. Because that young girl that dealt with Shannon Sharpe don't care nothing about no stats that he accumulated as a tight end. She don't care nothing about him being in the Hall of Fame of the NFL. She don't care nothing about that. She didn't care nothing about that. She didn't care he was Shannon Sharpe. That didn't mean nothing to her. She was too young to watch him play anyway. She wasn't even, was she even born when he was playing? She ain't got no respect for that. She dragging him right now for $50 million, hoping he give it to her. Got him on pre-recorded messages. They done altered the messages, trying to make him seem like he doing something to her. Care nothing about all that. He had to tell her who he was and probably had to show her some old highlights of who he was. She didn't know who he was when he walked up to there. You got to get a gal my age to know who he was. For the name Shannon Sharpe to ring a bell. She probably didn't know he had a brother or nothing. Listen, let me say this. We don't know what the condition of that marriage is. I have no idea. For all we know, their marriage is in shambles. I don't know. I'm not even going to sit here and pretend to know. I'm not going to sit here and jump out the window and say, you know what I'm saying? It's this, it's that. They perfect couple. I have no idea. I have no idea. But what I am saying is the snippet that we saw. How do we extrapolate that she don't like her husband? How do we get that out of there? How do we get that out of that? For all that we know, like I said, their marriage could be falling apart behind the scenes, but we're not behind the scenes. And as far as we've seen, she ain't doing nothing. Whatever's going on, it's not happening publicly. It's not being played out publicly. They put on a happy face as a married couple, as they should. As they should. It is not none of our business whether or not they going through the storm or not, or whether or not they actually like each other behind closed doors, or if they get along with each other, or da 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 da. That's not our thing. On the other hand, they could be having a wonderful marriage. Here's the other thing. First of all, she wasn't reluctant to do the handshake. That's a lie. We saw the video evidence. They was playing with each other. I don't care. Argue with your mama. Argue with your mama. So if I'm somewhere outside with my husband, playing with him and joking with him, and somebody get a snippet of that and say, ooh, Crimson arguing with her husband, I'm not even arguing with him. You don't know what kind of relationship they got. She's supposed to be mean in public. I'm mean in public. I'm mean in public. I have stone face in public. I stone faces in public. What do I owe these random people? What do I owe? What do I owe them? Nothing. I don't owe them nothing. I owe common courtesy and decency. That's what I owe. Common courtesy and public decency. Because if she was grinning and skinning in everybody's face, then she too friendly. She too friendly. Why she so happy? to see all these men and study grinning and skinning and study smacking hands with all these men, and he had something to say about that. They tried to get mad at Savannah. They tried to get mad at Savannah on that clip that he was talking to some guy, Lebron was talking to some guy, and she was just sitting there kind of stone facing the guy walked past. I can't tell you how many times I have stone faced the brothers that my husband knew and talked to. And I didn't have no problem with them men, but I don't owe them no energy. I owe my husband energy. I owe him energy. I don't owe them no energy. What I owe them? I stayed completely out of the mix. He talking to a man. That's man talk. I don't have nothing to do with it. Nothing. For all we know, that was the second or third time he had came up there to say something to LeBron. She probably already spoke to him. I'm not gonna keep talking. He didn't come to talk to me. He's not coming to talk to me. He's not talking to me. So when my husband have conversations with other men, I don't interject myself in those conversations. I don't grin and skin. I'm not overly friendly. Hello, how you doing? Good morning. And if my husband talking to him, my husband's talking to him, not me. I'm my husband's good woman. Every man don't get to see every part of me. From my body to my personality. See, most folks try to act like they understand what a wife's role is, and they don't. Don't understand what a wife's role is. Because me not talking and being overly friendly to whether to these men, whether they knew my husband or not, kept my name out the rumor mill. Nobody could say nothing about what I was doing and who I was talking to and whose face I was in. Nobody could say it. Nothing could get misconstrued. Nothing could be misunderstood. I didn't have outside conversations. If I spoke to somebody, my husband was 9.9 out of 10 times standing right there. Nobody could say I was having a conversation that I shouldn't have been having. Nobody could say I was being too friendly or I was skinning and grinning too much. A woman couldn't say I was skinning and grinning in her husband's face, and my husband couldn't say I was cheesing too hard in the man's face. I was out of the way. Out of the way. And if a situation called for me to have a stone face, then a stone face I shall have. Hey, how you doing? And I would move on over to the side until they get through talking. You're not even going to accuse me of ear hustling the conversation. You want me to know what y'all talked about? You will come tell me what y'all talked about. Because 8 to 9, 10 times out of 10, it wasn't none of my business, no way, what you was talking about. She was being friendly to him. Did you see? She was being friendly to him. Did you see the video that I showed that Kevin was talking about? She was being friendly to. They was laughing together. Her and her husband was laughing together. And even if they weren't laughing together, what that's got to do with anybody else? Listen, let me say something about that. You're not going to smile and giggle and fawn over your spouse every minute of every day. It just don't go like that. You're not. You are not going to fawn and starry eye your spouse every minute of the day, for every day for the rest of your life. That is so unrealistic that it's not to even be believed. But just because you don't do that every moment, or you're not super enthusiastic every single second, don't mean you don't have the respect and the admiration and the honor, and it doesn't mean that you don't convey that. I have told my husband on many of occasions how proud I am of him, how much I admire him, how much I look up to him, how much I respect him. And on top of it, I show it to him. But I'm not doing that every single minute. He would think I was weird if I did that every single minute. Like, what's wrong with you? If I don't say it, if I said it 2 days ago, and then in 2 days I didn't say it, do that mean I don't respect him and admire him just because I didn't say it them last 24 hours? I didn't really say that. What do it mean? My husband think I'm pretty. He don't have to tell me that every moment of the day. So on the days that he don't tell me I'm pretty, am I to believe that he don't think I'm pretty on those days? I only think he think I'm pretty on the days he say it. Like, I'm trying to get a gauge on this kind of thing. Taking it away from the Jameses. When we talking about a real relationship, a real marriage, when we talking about a real marriage, it does not matter if I'm angry at him and I don't feel like giving a kiss right now. I don't feel like chumming it up right now because I don't like that. I don't want to talk right now. Even in that instance, if something go down, do you know that's forgotten? That's forgotten. The moment that he need me, I don't care what we was going through. I don't care what we was going through. He could have stormed out the house mad. If he called me 10 seconds after that, I could still be mad. He said, baby, I need you. Come on, come here. I need you. Something to happen, but I'm coming without any questions. I'm not even mad no more. You understand that? It doesn't go anywhere. My love and honor and respect for him don't decrease. Just because you might have a momentary mood, or you ain't really feeling it right then, or you might be preoccupied, or that doesn't have nothing to do at all about how I feel in regard that man. And any lion that's in here know that. Any lion in here know that. He can be mad as he want to be at his woman. Let something happen to her. He coming over there. He coming over there. Let somebody else do something to her. They finna have a whole problem. She could have stormed out the house. I'm mad. And she called him 2 seconds later. Some man done came and he's coming. Forget what they was mad about 2 seconds ago. Don't nobody care about that. Don't nobody care about that. We got to start looking at marriages in a normal way. Too many of us, especially people that ain't got no marriage, too many have this fairy tale idea in their head. And this is why a lot of times marriages can't last and relationships don't last, because as soon as that fairy tale is not fulfilled, as soon as that whatever you've created in your mind of what it is or was supposed to be, as soon as that's not happening, now you don't know what to do. We can't sit here and be like, it ain't always peachy keen and it ain't always happy, and then be surprised when it ain't always peachy keen and happy. I'm just gonna keep this video running because I just want to know what she did wrong. I just want to know what she did, because they both giggling at each other. They giggling at each other. She kind of taking her hand, she putting it down, she putting it up, she putting it down. They talking. Regardless of whether or not they actually having a good marriage or if this is all a dog and pony show, we Black people, we don't even like to see the image of good marriages and couples. We don't even like to see the image of it. We don't even like the image of it. We don't even like the image of the good marriage. Regardless of whether it's a true image or a fake image or a crafted image or whatever. We don't even like the concept of that. Thank you, Keith. Or a healthy relationship at all. Because the men and the women do this. Men and women do the same thing. When you get to talking about a positive, healthy marriage, they get to talking about all the ways in which it failed and who might be doing this and who might be doing that and all of that. Can't never just talk about even the possibility of a healthy marriage and relationship. Got to start talking about, well, what if they cheat? Well, what if the women leave? Well, what if the men is abusive? Well, you know, most relationships is this way and that way. We don't even give ourselves permission to speak good about nothing. We don't give ourselves permission to speak good. We feel like if we speak too much good, it's something wrong with us. And we call that, well, I'm just keeping it real. That's what we call that. When we are negatively projecting everything, we say we just keeping it real, as if the bad is real, but the good can't never be real. That's what we believe as a people. As a people, we believe only the bad exists. We don't believe that good exists. Nowhere. Good don't exist in our personal life. We don't experience no good. And it can't. And so therefore, since we don't experience nothing good, nobody else could be experiencing it. And that's what it is. That's what keep us, that's a part of it anyway, of what keeps us as a black people down and out of there. Because we be feeling like nothing in my life is worth nothing. So nothing in nobody else's life worth nothing either. I make all the wrong decisions. So everybody else making all the wrong decisions too. We don't even like good. We don't even like good. We don't even like good. That's what's wrong with us. As a group of people, we don't like good. We don't like it. We don't we don't like it. We don't like it when other people experience it. Nothing. If somebody tell us that they're doing something and they feel positive about it and it seemed good, we think of all of the negative things that could possibly happen. We don't accept the concept of risk and that things are not guaranteed. That's the same thing that the women push back on when we say you should marry before you carry. And then their pushback is, well, marriage doesn't guarantee anything. That's the pushback. When we say you should try to have some type of marriage and structure and things of that nature in place before you start bringing children into the world and children into these situations, because not having it guarantee, what it does guarantee is that you won't have it, at least for those children and the fathers of them. And the pushback is, well, a marriage isn't guaranteed to stay together and be healthy, and it isn't guaranteed. It's not. But sometimes you take the better road. You try to give yourself a better chance at a better outcome. I'd rather you try and it don't work than you not try to have a good outing at the first place. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing. Even the things you think is guaranteed ain't guaranteed. There's not a single thing guaranteed in this life except for your death. That's guaranteed. It's the only guarantee you can look forward to is the day that you ain't gonna be here no more, because that day is coming and it has nothing that can stop it. Everything else, you just trying to do your best. Everything else, you just trying to do your best. Everything else, you just trying to use, hopefully, the best discernment that you can and the best reasoning that you can. And you know what I'm saying? You try to do your due diligence as much as possible. And the rest is not up to you anyway. The rest is not up to you anyway. You don't know what fate has for you. You don't know what the taqdeer of Allah is going to be. You don't know what the decision of Allah is going to be. All you know is what you can do. That's all you can control. Is what you do in the situation. In any given situation, whether that situation appears to be good for you or bad for you. Because every situation that we think is bad was not bad. Every loss we thought we took was not always a loss. We do what we want to do in this life. The Most High gave us parameters and boundaries. We either following them or we not. We either saying, okay, Allah, I'll do things the way you want me to do things, or we're saying, I'm going to do things the way I want to do things. Both of them have consequences and outcomes. But for as much as we are avoiding what the Most High say, which is to have the commitment of marriage in order to move forward, we're avoiding that. We're saying, nope, we can't get married because marriage do this and marriage do that. But what pitfall is being avoided? Is Shannon Sharpe married to anybody? Is he married? He's not married. He's not married to anyone. But is he getting dragged for $50 million? What did he avoid? Which problem did he avoid? By disobeying what Allah wants, which is really what it all boils down to, right? Disobeying the orders of the Most High. He doing stuff the way he want to do stuff, which is his prerogative, right? Everybody has free will. You can do what you want. You don't have to follow no law. You don't have to follow no rules. You do what you want to do. He decided, Shannon Sharpe decided that it was best for him to not get married to nobody. And in order to fulfill his sexual needs, whenever he needed to fulfill them, he would just pay a streetwalker. He would just pay an escort. He would just pay, a prostitute to come and give him the girlfriend experience or whatever experience he's trying to pay for. And then when he was done with her, he would have parted with whatever X amount of money. He was ready to do that. He's willing to do that just to not have to give her nothing else of him. Worked for a while. It worked for a while. Now, though, he's getting sued, tried to settle it for $10 million. She said, okay. Now she pressing him for the $50 million. Now there's another chick trying to come out of this woodwork talking about years ago he did the same thing to her, the quote unquote same thing to her. ESPN said, go sit down. Now the bags is in jeopardy. Now the bags is in jeopardy. Now the thing that he was building up, using his celebrity, using his connections, using his personality, using all the things that he was building Club Shay Shay, building Nightcap with Ocho Cinco, building something. In his later years, well after football is gone, after, his first take situation fell through and all of those types of things, trying to build something. Now it's a chick that he was never married to that don't like him and all of this other kind of stuff, about to rip it all out from under his feet. The same thing that you was worried about a ex-wife doing. This chick that ain't never held you down, not a moment in your life, don't care who you is, what you's about, and what you have ever done, is about to take you for all of that. Ain't even so much as got a baby with him. She ain't even so much as pulling the child support card. She ain't got no baby with him. She just was a random thought off of OnlyFans. That's who she is. A nobody. A nobody. This is a nobody female. She said, oh, I got me one. I'm going to take him. See if I can get him. See if I can set him up for the okie doke. See if I can get somebody to help me set him up and help me take something from him that I didn't have no hand in building. And it's a sad thing. It is a sad thing. That little chicken head ain't helped him do nothing but help his downfall. That's all she helping is his downfall. Conspiring with that ambulance chasing lawyer of hers and whoever else they got on the team to take a man down for nothing more than dealing with her in a manner in which she wanted to be dealt with. This is what happened when you pay them to leave, but they don't leave. And the payment wasn't enough. And the only reason that I can't feel too excessively sorry for Shannon, it's a sad thing going on. And, you know, I don't want to have to watch another black man get torn down and things of that nature, because I don't think that he did anything illegal. Stupid, yes. Illegal, no. But here's the thing. She had other men that was likely of his same caliber paying her to have sex with them. But she didn't get them. And you know why she didn't get them? Because they wasn't enthralled with her. They wasn't enthralled with her. They was using her, but not enthralled with her. He was enthralled. He was enthralled. And that's when she knew she could get him. That's when she knew. You like me. You infatuated. I'm a whole whore. You're infatuated? Oh. As the old folk used to say, you see a fool, you bop his head. See a fool, bop his head. Life bop you in your head when you a fool. And ain't nothing worse than a young fool but an old one. A young fool turned into an old fool. That's the worst thing in the world, to be an old fool. For men and women. So you mean to tell me life just didn't teach you nothing? You that hard-headed and dense? You that hard-headed and dense? That's why I don't have no respect for old fools, old bitter fools. That's why I don't have no respect for these old bitter women and these old bitter old women. I don't respect it. I don't feel sorry. I don't feel sorry for the Tracy Ellises. I don't feel sorry for the Taraji P's. I don't feel sorry for these people. And the reason I don't feel sorry for them is because you mean to tell me you done got to this big age and life just ain't taught you nothing. You're still a fool. So you mean to tell me the greatest teacher In the history of mankind, which is life and experience, nothing beats the experience, baby. Somebody can tell you something all they want to, but the experience is all that you need. Or at least that's what you would think. And then the Most High sent them warnings. He sent Kat, told him. Monique told him. Even Kendra G, but I think she had a lot of glee behind him in this situation. But she told him, leave that alone. Even Ocho Cinco tried to say, no, you might want to leave that alone. I don't know. He tried to be nice about it. Because that's his broski. That's his boy in them. Allah sent him warnings no less than 3 to 4 times. That's almost a handful of times. How many people can say they got them many warnings before the fall? Sometimes you don't get them many warnings. Sometimes you get one. And you better have been paying attention or you miss it. Most High provided him several exits off that highway. Several. Oh, you missed the first exit? We get you another exit. You can go ahead and get off at this exit. Oh, you don't want to get off at that exit. Oh, we got another exit coming up. You can go ahead and get, off on this other exit. You still okay? Well, then you want to crash. How many folks end up where they end up because they wasn't paying attention to the warnings that the Most High was trying to give them? Don't pay attention to the red flag. Don't pay attention to the issues and the problems. You're not looking. You only want to have what you want to have. You only want to do what you want to do. So that's all you see. You don't see the problem with doing what you want to do, how you want to do it, when you want to do it, and with who you want to do it to. And then when it all comes tumbling down, woe is me, and why God do this to me? Are you serious? Now you want to be woe is me and a victim? Or you want to turn to the Lord? He was just talking to you a minute ago. You was the one hard-headed. Then want to be mad when he don't get you out of it fast as you thought he could have got you out of it. No, because you need to be in it. You need to stew. You need to stew in the consequences. Even sometimes if Allah do ultimately save you from the worst of it, you're going to get some of it. You're going to get some of that. Because I tried to tell you don't do that. Tried to tell you don't do that. Tried to warn you. I sent warners to you. I sent a warner to you. Allah say in the Quran, before I destroy you, I sent a warner to you. I don't destroy nobody without a warning. He said he don't destroy nobody without a warning. You get a warning. You get it. You just don't want to get it. You don't want to get it. Fine. You don't want to get the warning. You'll get the consequence. You don't want to listen to the warning, you get the whooping. Either the warning or the whooping. Which one you want? Then we be Then we be trying to figure out why we get so many whoopings, because you hard-headed. You make Allah have to whoop you with something. And all us done got a whooping. All us sitting here have got a whooping over something several times in our life. And we have to think back, I got that whooping because I should have listened. And the difference between a fool and a non-fool, the fool don't sit to take the time to think about why they got the whooping. They just don't like the whooping. Folks that's not fool, this is where you get wisdom. You take the time to sit back and you think, why did I get that whooping right there? Why I get that whooping? Because that was a whooping right there. I didn't like none of that. Why did that happen to me? And instead of pointing the finger at everybody else, what somebody else did to you and this, that, and the third, where they did this and they set me up this way and that way and they shouldn't have, they did me dirty this how and that how. Figure out which part you played in that. How did you get to a place where they could do you dirty like that? And how many times was you warned before the fall? How many warnings did you get? And then you start thinking about, I did such and such did tell me about that. Sometimes God tell you directly. You will open up the Quran and go right to a verse that speak to everything you were going through. You will open up your Bible and it'll go right to a scripture that was speaking to everything you were thinking. And God trying to tell you, God is trying to tell me something. You get hard-headed. What the old folks say, huh? Hard head make a soft behind. Well, we don't like listening. We don't like the listening because it restrains. We don't like to restrain. We don't like to restrain ourselves from doing what we want to do. We think we got a right to do what we want to do. We think we got a right to disobey Allah. That's what we think. That's what we think. We think we got a right. And not only do we think we have a right to disobey Allah, we also think we have a right to his grace and his mercy as well in our disobedience. In the disobedience, we think we have a right to his mercy and his forgiveness and his grace. That's the arrogant part. We think he's supposed to just say okay. And if you think he's just supposed to say okay, you do not know the God that you are serving. Don't know who he is. I suggest you go back and read the scriptures, get back in your Bible, get back in your Quran so you can know who you're dealing with. Thank you, Miss Mia, for your contribution. I appreciate you, sweetheart. Thank you as well, Elderman, saying none of his business. This show wasn't none of his business. But thank you so much for your contribution as well. I always appreciate your support. Thank you, GA Powerways. I'm about to start getting my Shannon on. Thank you, Lydell. Said you are so true, sister. Thank you so much. I appreciate your contribution as well, sweetheart. Thank you, said no. Power said we paying them to leave in 2025. Thank you. Anyone can learn quantum said she didn't respect them. Thank you, Power 8 again. So can we talk about how the old hyenas celebrate being lonely at 40 through Shannon's experience mistake as if they won? And thank you, Lucid Experience, that there was no warning sent. There is just a manipulative woman at large. And the focus should only be on stopping tactics like she is doing. The warning was sent. He had a warning. He had plenty of them. You didn't listen. And hoes and thank you for your contribution. Hoes and thieves not gonna stop stealing and hoeing. Hoes and thieves not gonna stop stealing and hoeing. They not. You just can't deal with them. I cannot go into a place where I know that there are thieves and wave around $100,000 and think the thief ain't gonna steal it. I cannot go into a den of thieves. I know there are den of thieves. They say it on the doorway, den of thieves. I go into a den of thieves waving around $100,000 and they steal it. Who I'm mad at? Who I'm mad at? Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure. This was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.